So this lesson is on using unit conversion factor method to do unit conversions, and you can see that you've got a bunch of different equalities here, conversion factors if you like. So every time you have one thing equal to another, that gives us two conversion factors. So the first one I'll just do as an example: 1 mile equal to 1760 yards. So I'm going to come out here for a little bit. I know that 1 mile equals 1760 yards. So this gives us two conversion factors, and the conversion factors are 1 mile divided by 1760 yards, and the other one is 1760 yards divided by 1 mile. Now they're both essentially 1, okay, because the two quantities are equal. One mile is equal to 1760 yards, and 1760 yards is equal to 1 mile. So they're both essentially 1. So effectively, they do nothing to your number, but they will affect your unit. So we need to know in question 1, a runner completes a 5-mile run. How many yards did she run? So we need to go from yards to run to, we need to go from miles to yards. So we've got a 5-mile run. We'll go from miles. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to multiply 5 miles by one of these conversion factors. And let me do it the wrong way first, okay? I'm going to choose the wrong conversion factor first, please. Don't do this one. I'm going to choose the wrong one, which would be 1 mile over 1750 yards. Sorry, 1760 yards, that is. And I'm not terribly interested in the unit right now. Sorry, in the number. I'm interested in the unit. My answer would give me 5 over 1760. Well, if we just follow the units here, and you can see now why this is wrong, I would have miles times miles, which would give me miles to the power of 2, miles squared on top, and on the bottom I would have yards. So there's nothing particularly wrong with this unit. It's still the exact same thing, because basically I've multiplied it by 1 over 1, which is 1. So really the quantity is still the same, but the unit is completely pointless, so I'm not going to do that. Let me erase that now, and let me choose the other one, okay? So what I'm going to do is, and here's a simple way of knowing which one to choose, okay? So I know I want yards on my answer, okay? So the other one is 1760 yards divided by 1 mile. Now, if you notice, what I've done here is I want yards on my answer above the line, so that means I choose to have yards on my conversion factor above the line. The last time I had yards below the line, okay? So at this stage, all I have to do is multiply out my numbers. But if we just follow what happens with the units, my miles will cancel. I have a mile here and I have a mile here. Miles cancel, and my answer is going to be in yards. So that means I know that my answer is going to be correct. So when I multiply 5 times 760, I get 8,800 yards. And that's the correct answer, okay? So that's basically what you do, okay? you take your equality, any two things that are equal. Well, if they're equal, then they're essentially 1. Okay, because 1 over 1 is still 1. So you're not affecting the size of the number. You are changing the unit. That's all you do. You choose the 1. You choose the conversion factor that gives you the right arrangement of units. So this won't always happen for you, because sometimes you'll want a specific unit on the bottom. But if you follow the way that you want to have the units, this time I wanted yards on top, and I wanted to get rid of miles completely, then if I multiply 5 miles by 1,760 yards on top divided by 1 mile on the bottom, that should do it for me, and that's exactly what happened. So I hope that helps. Please try the worksheet that I've attached.